Hey everyone, it's Chantel, and today I felt like wearing the wig, but don't worry, it doesn't look that bad anymore. It looks better. Today I'm going to be giving you tips to make you a better student and to get good grades every single time. The reason why I'm making this video is because a lot of you asked me that what are your study tips? How do you always pass? Like, how do you always get good grades? Here are the tips that I want to give to you all to help you, because of course I'm not selfish. First tip I'll give to you is to pay attention to the teacher. What I mean by this is that whenever the teacher prepares notes for you, the teacher doesn't always put everything that will come in the exam in that note. Most of what you get is from what he or she says in class. So when you pay attention, you're able to grasp some tiny little things that he'll not add to the notes, which will help you later, while other students are suffering, sweating, chewing their pens because they read their notes but that question was not in the notes. You know that, woo, he said that in class and I grasped it. One way that you can pay full attention in class is by not paying attention to friends, like those who sit around you. Talk to them. Say, look, when class is going on, I don't want you to talk to me. I need to pay attention. Once you've told them, if they call you, you have every right to ignore them when the teacher is teaching, so that you can get every single thing the teacher says. The second tip I want to give to you all is take notes while the teacher is teaching. So this is something I love doing, but sometimes the teacher will not permit it in the class, like for you to be writing. So that's when the paying attention comes in. But if the teacher permits it, you can take a notebook. I have this small notebook. I have this small notebook that I copy tiny notes inside. So when the teacher says this and I think I'll need it, I write it down, because not all the time will the teacher prepare notes for the class. So any tiny thing they say, definitions, all that, I put it up together in my own words. I summarize everything in how I understand it and write it down. That tip will really help you to become a better student. The next tip I want to give to you is refer to your notes daily after school. So I intentionally arrange it in that order. When the teacher is teaching and you write the notes, or whatever notes the teacher will prepare for the class in general, what you are supposed to do is when you get home, you take a quiet environment and you read those notes, you read through it. The next tip I want to give to you is study before class starts. So there's always these few minutes. You always make sure you get to a class early, so that those few minutes before the teacher walks in, you can just, the notes that he gave to you in the last class, you can just scroll through it and see, okay, yeah, this, that. So some things you've like scrolled through in the notebooks will come back to you from the revision you did the day before, and then it kind of sticks. So that if there's any pop quiz or whatever given out of nowhere, you just scroll through the notes. So those kind of things are still fresh in your mind. The next tip I want to give to you is set achievable goals. Someone might look at me and say, what do you mean by set achievable goals? I don't understand. Well, by setting achievable goals, I mean people get up one day and say, okay, so I'm going to set my marks, my pass marks for this term. Let me use me as an example. My average is maybe 70%. Let's say history, my average is 70%. And I say, okay, this semester my average is going to be 95. So from 70 to 95, you set a goal. Boom, I want to get 95 this time. Fine, it's good to aim high, but it's not always that easy to just move from your average, which is 70, to such a high grade. And when you do that in your like goal setting, the chance that you would get to your goal is less than the chance of you not getting there. So you just disappoint yourself anyways if you set such goals. Like my average is 50%, I'll say this time I'll score 80. It doesn't work like that. You should set something that is close to your average. Okay, so my average is 50%. This semester I will score 60 or 58. Something like that is something gradual, just a few marks going forward. And you know that yes, with these marks I can get them at all costs. So you know it will help you to actually focus and like be thinking that yes, I have to get 60. I got 50 last semester. This semester I have to get 60. This semester I have to get 60. That will be going through your head while you read. So you try to push yourself more and more. The next tip that I want to give to you all is something that I see a lot of students do that I don't really understand. They wait till exam is near or even the night before exam to study. That is a big no-no if you want to be a very good student. Don't wait till last minute to study. It's one of the worst things you can do to yourself. From the first day of the semester, you read your notes daily. Set up a simple timetable for yourself, or you just read over the notes you wrote during the day. And you keep reading it till the end of the semester. When it gets to the time that you're supposed to revise for the exam, most of the things are already sticked in there. So you just go through it a bit and everything becomes fresh in your mind. Most schools that I know in our country, they use 1 week for revision of everything. So once you've been going through your notes every time they give it to you, when it gets to revision time, you just read over just to make everything fresh again and prepare yourself completely. That night before the exam that people try to cram everything up, you would have everything there, but just polish it up a bit. And that is what will help you the most when it comes to answering questions. Now, studying definitions. Chewing is not an option. You only chew when you don't have hope. I'm telling you, learn. When it comes to definitions, don't chew. No, don't chew them. Break the definition into 3 parts or 4, or however you want to. So first of all, it is this. That is made up of this. That is made up of this. So you learn the first part, learn the second part, learn the third part. Those 3 key parts are what you're supposed to write in the notebook. That is like for your personal study. So that immediately you see those 3 important words, you'll be able to form the sentence with it. So those 3 important words in the definition is what should be in your head and not the whole definition. Because once you know those 3 key words in the definition, once you see them, everything you read will come back. You don't have to sit down and chew the whole thing. When you are learning dates is not about chewing. Always make sure you have something like flashcards on you. I keep flashcards a lot. That's something that people don't know. I have a flashcard app that I can like just while I'm doing something, like just sitting there or scroll. Okay, this happened in this year, this happened in that year. So the dates, flashcards help the most for me. Always say maybe history. In what year did this happen? You write it there. The blah 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 happened in the year, and on the other side the date is there. So once you read that, you see the date, bam, it sticks, and you keep referring to it the whole day. So every day you take 2 flashcards to school to learn those dates. The first one, you keep referring to them throughout the whole day. While you're walking, you look, sitting there, you look, eating, you look, and you kind of like let it stick. So what will help you the most when it comes to passing in a class or in one semester is sacrificing your time and making up your mind that I have to do this. If you are lazy, it won't work for you. These tips it won't work for you. You have to be determined. You need to persevere, hard work. Failing does not mean you cannot pass the next time. Even if you put all this into action and for some reason you still can't pass, that doesn't mean you should give up. You try again, and the next time you push through harder. So one thing I hear a lot of people do, I'm adding one more thing, is read before they go to sleep. I am not a scientist, I've not done any research, so I cannot say that doesn't work. But for me, it doesn't work. When I read before going to sleep, it's like I'm cramming things up and then sleeping it all out. I don't know how to explain it. So I'd rather sleep early, set an alarm for maybe 4 a.m., read for 1 hour and start getting ready for school at 5 a.m. So I think if studying the night before the next day doesn't help you, you should wake up an hour earlier to refer to your notes that you took in the last class. And that's it. So what helps me the most in academics when it comes to passing and all is referring to notes, writing notes. It's all about notes and flashcards for me, and reading a lot. Read a lot. During your free time, go through your notebook. I mean the professional notes your teacher has made for you. Go through them. Once you've read your small notes, when you go through them, they'll all seem to come back and you understand them more. So yeah, these tips I've given to you are tips that you have to start applying from day 1 of the semester to the part where you write your exam to help you pass with flying colors. If you like this video or it gave you some information, I would like you to give it a thumbs up so that I can make more educational videos like this that you can derive something from. And also, if you are new on this channel, welcome. Hit the subscribe button to join the family, and also comment whatever is in your mind or anything that you want to add to what I said. I love you all so much. Remember, you're gorgeous forever. Bye.